Hi guys, how's it going? Finally getting a chance to get back here and try and finish up my rocking horse project. I have been sitting here mixing the perfect, not too bright, not too dark purple to do for our saddle and our hooves, and I kind of decided on this. I'm still debating if I'm going to go back over it with that gold glitter. I think it might be fun. So I have to say, I cannot even imagine the response you guys have had to the past couple of shorts that I've put out. I was not expecting that. I actually felt bad because I haven't had the chance to put out any real content in the past couple of days. So I just kind of went with it and had a little bit of fun. But if those are something that you guys are going to like, we can definitely do a lot more of them. I do have to say, because I've had a couple of comments now on various pages, I'm not going to be messaging anyone for promotions. I'm not about needing a promoter or anything of that nature. I appreciate what people do, and I know there are people who are really good at promoting, but that's not what we're here for. Pardon me while I try to keep this whole thing from crashing and burning on me. Sometimes you have to get a little bit creative to make things be the way you want them to be, which means using old paints to hold up the project. And sometimes they just decide they don't want to cooperate. I think we're going to need a smaller brush to get that one little section there. I never did start this with the whole I'm going to become monetized and become a social media or YouTube influencer, or like, I don't see myself as a content creator. I guess I kind of am, but at the same time, I just see myself as someone who loves to make a very unique type of art and make old things new again, and make things that most people would throw in the garbage have a new lease on life, a new chance to be something beautiful. That's what I do this for. I definitely appreciate the follows. I love when I click on my YouTube and I see a notification that I've gotten another follower or subscriber. I enjoy when I see likes and comments on my pages. I'm not going to lie and say I don't, but that's not what all I'm here for. Like, whether I was videoing it or not, I would still be painting this horse, and I would still be putting every bit of love and creativity I could into it, because this is going to be something that my very first grandchild will see every day for the first how many years of their lives. To me, that's worth it all. That's what makes it worth doing for me. My other projects like Frankenfrog and Miss Bunny, they're things that I will see every day in my garden as I go out and gauge how far my seedlings have come, or check on my tomato plants or my pepper plants that my mom has given me. These are the things that make me do what I do. Not hopes to make money. I may occasionally do a project that I'll decide to sell. And, you know, if I hit the amount of followers and all the little hoops and stuff to become monetized, awesome. More than likely that money will then go into a trust fund for my granddaughter and any other grandchildren that I get in the future. Or it might go into, you know, work we do here on the house. But I'm not too worried about becoming some household name or anything like that. I just want to have fun painting my projects, and I want you to have fun watching me and chiming in and giving suggestions and things like that. That's what I do it for. I'm not a very social person, so in a lot of ways this has become a lot of my social time. I know that sounds horrible, but it's really, really not. I thoroughly enjoy this, and I do feel like I've gotten to where I do feel like I'm talking to friends. But I do feel like that was something that needed to be addressed, because that is the second time I've had somebody message me asking if I needed promotions. Definitely appreciate the help for people who need it, but no thanks on my part. On another note, I did make a short, and I did say in the short, the video where I added the sparkles to this horse, the sound quality is just not great. I very simply forgot to turn my air conditioner off, and it sits right behind my camera, so you can hear it just happily buzzing itself away in the background. I have not deleted the video, and I don't intend to, but if you guys want, I can go ahead and upload it. I just don't have the technical skill to clean up that sound. Though I did figure out how to fix the fact that I forgot to turn off my camera after filming at one point. So I was able to actually trim it up and not give you guys a good view of my ceiling in here. So we're working our way up. And I'm pretty sure if this one runs over, I'll be able to actually stick the two videos together instead of posting two different videos. So I guess you could say I'm learning. It's actually a lot of fun, and I think a day that you don't learn anything new is kind of a day wasted. So, but that's just a personal opinion. Not everybody just lives to learn new things. And that's okay too. And I think that purple is exactly the touch she needed. She was just getting very, very bright. Now once I finish with it, I'm going to figure out, I'm probably going to have to do like a shower cap or something, which I might film just because it's going to be ridiculous. But I do plan on going over the whole thing with my matte top coat, which is a spray-on. So we don't want to get that in the hair, which I still have not figured out exactly what to do with. I think I may, as silly as it sounds, I may just try picking up some of the colored hair paint. The spray paint stuff we used to use as kids at Halloween. And see if that will do it, and then maybe I will go ahead and just spray the whole thing. But none of the tricks that I know seem to be working particularly well on this very old, coarse, rope-like material. I think it might be like a sisal rope, I'm not sure. Identifying ropes is not something I've ever had to do in the past. And we're going to take and just touch in here. And also just in here. I'm just giving those little added details. Now I am going to switch up brushes and grab a different thing of paint here, because our little friend here needs an eye. Finding the right brush is not always an easy project. I think this nice, pretty bright blue might just do the trick for the base of the eye. Which I am going to do something that I very, very rarely do. And that is use the little bit of an outline that has been left by the previous incarnation of this eye. And that'll just kind of let me cheat the process a little teeny tiny little bit, because as I've said in previous videos, eyes are not my strong suit. But I think that will be quite nice. And we'll come over in just a few minutes and give her a pupil. Now, one last thing. I just have to figure out where in the world I put it, because I know I brought it in. Sometimes when you have a messy mind, figuring out what you did with the next piece to your project is a super fun and kind of funny challenge. I really wanted something to put on her here. Now, I definitely do consider myself an artist, but there are some things I'm not great at. And the look I wanted to go with was something I'm not capable of doing myself. Ooh. You guys really just almost saw an absolute disaster. We are going to lay her flat, though, for this part. There we go. And I'll stand her back up just as soon as I get this on there. I really thought I just set it right here in my cabinet. Guys, forgive me for the little bit of a mess here. It's always fun when something is not where you thought it should have been. And I'm going to pan my camera just for a second, and I'm going to zoom in. As I laugh at myself, you guys can kind of join me a little bit here. You see that set of stickers sitting up there? That's what I was looking for. I hung them up so that they would be easier for me to find. Things are a little bit hectic in my house of late. My other half is out of town for the time being. And I'm keeping the pets and his mama and everybody healthy and happy. And it catches up with you once in a while, and you just have a little bit of an... I'm going to call it one of my senior moments. But I think that this, just right here, is going to be about perfect. So, just gives it that little bit extra bling and a little bit of extra fun. And thankfully, these gorgeous little stickers are actually one piece. Well, sort of one piece apparently. Let me get it to stop sticking to itself. This is something I've never worked with before, so kind of bear with me as it's not a perfect process. And this is why I say I'm not in this to be some fancy influencer or anything like that, because I will continue to laugh at myself as I have my ridiculous moments. But I think even when you have your moments of that you just have to laugh at because nothing is quite going the way it is, the way you had it planned, sometimes you just have to trust the process and believe that you can make your vision come true. And you can go from nothing to something like that is really fun and quite shiny. And let's see if I can bring a light in on that so you can really see. She's very sparkly now. But if we're going to do a princess room, we might as well do the thing right. Move those because I'm sure I will find other projects that I can work on with them. And we're going to take our minute here and balance her back up. I did that a lot more confidently than I expected to. So now all we need is a little something, a little pupil for our guy here. And then all we have left is to figure out what to do about that hair. I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to just let it be brown. I don't know. I definitely would love some opinions. You guys have slowed down on the comments an awful lot. So I would really love to hear what you think and what you want to see me do on this, because she is very close to finished. And pretty much the only thing I have left to figure out is what in the world to do with that hair. So there's an actual eye looking down a little bit because she's going to be hanging up on a wall. And just so that you can kind of see what I'm debating about here. Yes, I actually used actual hair ties on the hair. Let me move the paint and stand her up a bit here. Stick my thumb in the paint because why not? And I'm just going to move back. Yep, going to have to move back a little further. And I can actually come down with this. So this is the hair that I have to work with. Obviously it's going to need reshaped and everything, but what do you think we should do with it? Do we keep it this color? Do I go in with a spray color? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'd love to get some ideas because I am really honestly just drawing a blank. So definitely give me your thoughts in the comments, and until the next time, I'll talk to you guys later.